lock seeds and do everything tonight, getting ready for these final weeks. And let's get to those guests. Let's start off. How about we introduce ourselves, guys?
Yeah, my name is Jesus. I play jungle for the team Misery Obsidian Vice. Happy to be here. Nice to meet you guys.
I'm the top laner for Atomic Desperados. You can call me Aspect. Hopefully we win today.
Yo, it's me, Walk. Technically, I'm the coach for Desperados, but I think my viewpoints on this are more like personal,
All
not team
right.
related.
Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. And let's just move right into our power rankings for the Piltover division. So we can see a lot of us are agreed across the board of top two, except for Aspect, who has a little different approach on that one. Aspect, care to talk about your power rankings here?
So, I'll be honest, I think Desperados is obviously probably the best, but I do believe that, I can't remember what their name is, but the reason why I did this is that I think that I obviously yesterday we had a scrim against Monkey, and they seemed pretty good, and I've watched a couple of Lotus's games, and they just didn't seem like they're on the same scale as Monkey. And then, obviously the bottom of the bracket, you could interchange both of them pretty easily. And then just Great White, I don't know. I think I just like Great White as a name for a team, honestly. I think just IG is playing a worse game than Great White.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm in the consensus that Grey White is a top three team, but we definitely have an interesting take here with Jesus putting Sun Lero in the fourth spot. Jesus, what is going on with that one?
Yeah, to be honest, that was a mistake. It was supposed to be Lotus.
All right, mistakes happen, but it seems like we're all kind of in consensus except for Aspect that Lotus is gonna make it in over Great White, and I know Mr. Walk Warlock here said he isn't really in the scene for Platinum, but he's been following it. And as an outstander, why do you think that Lotus is gonna be the team in, and Great White is gonna be the one missing out on playoffs here?
I think Lotus. I've gone back and watched or have reviewed a lot of the match history. Lotus just has a more put together game, even more so than the Monkey team, which is why I put the Monkey team even below them. I think there are too many teams this late in the split still figuring it out, and they're one of them that kind of like struggled early and is like kind of rolling right now. So
All right, that's fair enough. I mean, I put Lotus at the fifth spot only because of their matchup tonight. They have a tough one. They got Dorado in the poll, and I feel like it's really going to hinder them in playoffs. But I did run into their 80 carry Cruzy in solo queue, and this dude is actually good. I low-key inted him in lane, and we still won the game, and the dude almost popped off getting a pentakill. Like, it was crazy. But all in all, it seems we're all in agreement with most of these rankings here. So let's move on to the Zon one, where I think we might have a little bit more spice for the power rankings here. And as this loads up, yeah, we already have some spice with this one. And I'm going to start here with Mr. Walk himself. You care to talk
yo,
about your SG Proton ranking?
yeah, I think that spot is well deserved for them, and I think it's more so because they're the quote unquote best worst team. Um, I think on paper they're easily like the top three team. Like I think at the start of the split I had like Dorado, Conduit, and then SG. But now it's like I haven't really paid attention to the points too much, but I know their playoff run was like threatened at one point. I'm not sure how cleaned up they've been, but I think the way they've lost matchups, it's like anyone can beat them. Before it was like who is going to beat them in playoffs. Now it's like anyone can just take the spot from them.
Yeah, that's fair. Like you were saying, points wise, I was looking at it earlier, and they have to win tonight. I'm not sure if they need to 2-0 or 2-1, but they need to win regardless to still have a chance for playoffs. I think points wise, if they don't, I think they might already get locked out of playoffs just based on the other teams around them with Champagne and TFF Banana. But we do have the Atomic Desperado as top laner here, and he's putting his team rather high despite some recent roster changes, stuff like that. So, Aspect, why do you think your team's going to make this push into that 4th spot for playoffs?
Well, I mean, I think it's just like I feel like we've done a lot more scrims now with this roster we're trying to go forward with. We had a lot of issues with obviously I couldn't make it for a little bit because I had to have some personal issues to address, but I came back and was hoping to win the game, didn't win it. But I feel like now that we've had this, chance to make playoffs, like I've done some of the math, we still have it with a potential. We just kind of just we cannot lose 0-2 against Revolution, although a lot of people are predicting that's going to happen, which they just don't know us. But we can beat TF Bananas. We can beat pretty much a lot of these rosters that are technically above us. We just really, we should have lost to Mako, I think.
Yeah, I mean that loss was big for you guys, just for like the playoff potential and run. And it's a lot harder now losing to a lower team in the whole league as a whole. So hopefully you guys can clean up the games, maybe take a game off of Conduit tonight, and make that push for playoffs. But speaking of a current playoff team who is looking on the outside, looking in here on Jesus Power Ranking, Jesus TFF Banana, what's your take on that team as a whole?
Yeah, TFF Bananas. Sorry about that.
All good.
Yeah, I think they're a decent team. We've played against them. They actually took a series away from us when we played them. I was very disappointed in our team's performance, but yeah, overall, I have nothing bad to say about them.
All right, but I'm curious why you have them on the outside with a team like Monkey Champagne going over them in the playoffs when, as the rankings are right now, standings wise, TFF Bananas in and Monkey Champagne is out.
That's a great point. Perhaps I didn't check it when I made this list.
All right, that's fair enough. For me, I have Champagne over TFF Banana because I mean Champagne just took a series off of SG, and they just look to be in a better form, I'll say, than TFF Banana with the roster change. I'm not too sold on the support for TFF Banana. I'm not sold on the jungler for Monkey Champagne, but I like the rest of the Monkey Champagne roster over TFF Banana, so I think they'll be able to make this push in for 4th or 3rd seed for the power rank for the playoffs here. But let's get into the real meat and potatoes of this tonight and go to our prediction. Oh, what's up, Walk?
Oh no. I just said, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was ready.
Let's go to our predictions for tonight, and let's start with the Pilt over predictions for all of us here. All right, so looking at this already, we do have a few different takes here. Let's start at the first game, Great White versus TFF Misfits. Jesus, you have TFF taking this game over Great White. Why for that one?
Yeah, I have Misfits over White here. I'm just not a huge fan of Hydro Pump teams. And Swivel, Misfits Jungle. I don't know. I believe.
All right. I mean, I know I have Great White over Misfits. Misfits has had a lot of roster issues so far this split. Great White, yeah, they have roster changes themselves, but they just seem to be more concisive than the TFF Misfits roster bonanza fiasco, whatever you want to call it, that's been going on over there. But we're gonna jump into our stream match for tonight. We got AIE taking off Sun Lero, and everybody except for Jesus is in agreement. But let's go with Wok. Why do you have AIE taking this game over Sun Lero?
I'm familiar with AIE teams. Before the split where me and Sox played on AK, we were actually both on an AIE team. So like their recruiting capabilities, it's not like they have bad players by any means. I think they were just like really young into like this type of scene. So they have it a little more figured out, and I think Sunlero is just one of those bottom of the barrel teams that just needs a lot of work, or like realizes that having a roster of like all not very great players sometimes like is not as good, even if you're enjoying each other. Like if you're just doing it for fun, sure, but their roster just seems like extremely lackluster versus AIE. They have pieces that can like really pop off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement. I was very high on AIE last week and came down to earth when they lost their series. But I still think they're gonna take it over the Sunlara team, who's just been kind of floundering all season. I haven't been fans of their drafts across the board. It just seems like this team, like you said, needs a lot of work, and hopefully they'll be able to do something in a different league or next split in Plat. But I think the next matchup is the closest one we have on paper. We got Monkey Business and IG, and we got Aspect having IG taking it over Monkey Business. Aspect, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
I mean, IG just looks like a way better team, I feel. Like, they're getting these 2-0s on Hydropron Great White and these important 2-0s that make them look like a easy #1 seed if they, if Dorado wasn't, the best team in the league, honestly. Like, if Dorado dropped out, it's easy to say that Imperial would take that first spot without a challenge.
That's fair to say. I've been high on IG all season. I've been a fan of them, but last week they did lose 0-2 to Hydro Lotus, and it kind of shocked me seeing that one after IG has looked so good. And I feel like Monkey Business has been on the up and up. They made a change in mid lane, but I don't think it really affected them much. I think they're going to be able to keep the synergy of the team. The players have been playing together for so long. I think that will give them an edge over IG tonight and take that one. And then our last matchup for Piltover, we have just the clear cut, I think, #1 team taking on Hydro Lotus, and we're all in agreement across the board for Dorado. Anybody want to give their thoughts on this matchup? I'll let anyone take it.
I believe, as you were saying, it's a pretty cut and dry. We all have them to win Dorado. I think it's going to happen how we all expect it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I gave this one a closer prediction in my matchup. I think Lotus might be able to find a way to take a game off Dorado after they did take 2 off of IG. So I feel like this might be a little bit closer than people think, but all in all, I think Dorado is just going to take this one and cement themselves that first seed going into playoffs with 1 week of the regular season remaining. But, that covers all of Piltover, so let's go into these Zon predictions and see how these shake up with our predictions here. All right. So we're in agreement for most of these matchups, but I'm going to start at the top and work our way down. But let's start with a walk on this one, predicting
Yeah.
the winless Conduit Prime to win over SG Proton. All right. Well, we'll get back to that one, as it seems Walk is having some issues here. So let's just jump in to the next matchup. Let's look at Misery. I forget who you guys are playing tonight, Jesus, but let's hear your thoughts on that match.
It should be Mako.
Yeah, we play against Mako tonight. I believe they're, regardless of the record, they can take a game away from us, but I do think we are going to take it 2-1. 2-0 perhaps, but we'll see how we play tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I did cast you guys last week. You guys looked very good in your win, very, almost a perfect game until Tortuga decided to into a Kog'Maw passive and ruin that perfect game for you guys. But I do think you guys are just overall one of the stronger teams in the league, and I'm hoping that you guys will just get another clean win tonight. But let's move on to our next match of Monkey Champagne versus TFF Banana. Let's go with Aspect. So you have Champagne taking it over Banana tonight. So why are we predicting it this way?
So I just think TF Banana is. I like our game versus them felt like it was an easy stomp. And then also with having a scrim recent, like literally as of yesterday against Champagne, I just think they're probably one of the better. Not this team, but their other team. I don't know. Their team on paper is a little bit better than TF Banana's, like lane wise. I haven't really looked jungle wise because why would a top laner look at a jungler? Am I right? But
Oh yeah, I got it.
they just seem like they would be better on paper, and I think they should get a. It'll probably be a very close 2-0, if not a 2-1, in the favor of Bananas, or not Bananas, Monkey.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, since you're a top laner, since the jungler never ganks you, why are you gonna look in the jungle? But I do think that Champagne is gonna get this one. They had a big win over SG in that game 3 with the hard scaling comp. We're able to get that one, so maybe they'll be able to 2-0 TF or even 2-1 them. But now that Walk is back, let's go back up to this SG versus Conduit Prime. Walk, Conduit Prime, tell us about it.
So I know they're winless, and there is the saying, even a blind monkey can find a banana. I know they're not a monkey's team. I'm like kind of just throwing it out there and hoping to give them some confidence that if there is a team that they can beat, if there is a Titan that can fall over and just die, it's definitely SGP currently. I think if there's like any team to really exploit, it's this team. Overall, I think mine was just more of a spicy rating, but I wanted to also prop them up. Like, this is, I think, a very winnable matchup, more so than people think.
You know, that's fair. I mean, Conduit Prime almost did come back in that second game against Misery on the stream last week, and I was here for it. It was hype. But as a former Conduit player, you know, I love everyone over there. Their support brigade. We play Farm Merge Valley together. It's a lot of fun. But I think for this team as a promotion team, I think they should just look to gain the knowledge that they can and look forward to next season and not take too much off of this season because they've had a lot of roster issues and just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with that team. But let's move into our final matchup, which is some spicy takes on this one. We got Conduit Revelation versus Atomic Desperados. And I'm just going to go right to the source. Aspect, why are you guys going to win tonight?
I mean, other than the fact that we really need this win to make playoffs, I think that plus just Benny, our jungler who plays basically everywhere because we can't have a normal roster for some reason. He's been hammering us really hard about we need to win this game, and I do believe we can win this game. I mean, like, obviously we're going against a Titan, right? But sometimes, as you know, some person said, Titans fall, and we're just gonna hopefully outlane them, outplay them, and win 2-0, hopefully.
Yeah, and you know what? Fair enough. I mean, this kind of Revelation team is, we'll say, appropriately ranked. And we'll leave it at that. But you know, Nation is my son. I did beat him up in Titan after he was running his mouth. But I do think even though he can't win in Emerald, he's definitely going to win in Platinum. I think this team is just too good on paper. I did want to root for Atomic Desperados. You guys looked good at the start of the season, but I think with the roster changes, Finney playing a new role every week, I'm surprised he's sticking with Jungle 2 weeks in a row for this one. But I think it's just really hard to get wins off the top teams playing like that. But we'll see what happens. I know people will be rooting for you guys to get the upset. It's definitely going to be interesting. But you know, overall, I think that's going to be it unless anyone has a really, really hot take. I know we already had Walk talking about SG being like a weak team, but anybody else have a hot take?
Yeah, I do, from the team of Misery Obsidian Vice. I feel like there's a team placed in the top 3 by a lot of people that doesn't deserve to be there. Won't name drop, but I do feel like there is a fraud amongst us. You know, there's a team we recently scrimmaged. We were left very unsatisfied, just a little disappointed in their performance, regardless of their ranking.
All right. I mean, yeah. I mean, scrimbucks are scrimbucks. They're all take them how you want. Everybody takes them differently. Some teams try new stuff in scrims. It doesn't work out. Sometimes they just want to play what's strong and, you know, beat the crap out of their competition. But, you know, maybe they'll be exposed in playoffs and we'll find out who that fraudulent team that Jesus is talking about. But it's definitely going to be interesting with the final week coming up and spots looking to be locked. But other than that, I'd like to thank the 3 of you for being my guests tonight and coming along for this ride with me. I'd like to thank Pop Tart for being the production for this. And, you know, I hope everybody's ready for the cast tonight. And we'll see you when we come back to cast. I believe it's AIE versus Sun Lero. We'll see y'all then.
It's just a starting line. Radiant rebels in the silent fray. In the pulse of dawn, we embrace the day. We find harmony in mayhem. Find our own beat. Eyes ablaze, we're laser
And welcome back, everybody. I am here. I'm Chung Selma once again, and I'm joined by Glor Snacks to cast the Sun Lero versus AIE Anguish game tonight. Glor, how you doing tonight?
Hey man, it's great to be here again. Last time I was here, we had a banger of a series. Hopefully, we have another one.
I mean, last week we did have a slight banger with some Baron steals and some shenanigans happening with the side of Conduit Prime last week, but I'm hoping that we have another banger again here tonight, and I'm happy you're joining me for this one. And just looking at picks and bans already, we're seeing Ezreal ban, a Skarner ban, and a Jhin ban. I'm fine with the Skarner one. I think he's like one of the strongest junglers on the patch. The Jhin one, he's a great AD carry. He beats all the hyperscaling AD carries right now, but I feel like Ezreal is definitely they got to be playing it a lot on the side of AIE for it to be banned out because I don't think he's as strong as the other hyperscalers like Kog'Maw and everyone, but he's just also not super weak either. He's in a weird spot right now.
I definitely think Kog'Maw is certainly the best ADC on this patch right now. I think if you are red side, you R1, R2 Kog'Maw Lulu or a Kog'Maw something Enchanter lane, and the game instantly becomes a lot easier for you to play. Because due to the AP build of Kog'Maw where he crits with Shadow Flame on his auto attacks, it's insanely good.
Yeah, I mean, I've even had my team just R1 Kog'Maw on blue side. Like, the champ is so strong, but we see Sun Lero choosing to ban out the strongest champ in the game right now, in my opinion. I think Syndra is the best character in the game right now. I think she's insanely overpowered and just does everything that a team would want. And what is that last ban? I can't even tell what that is.
Teemo.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
the
that's
it's
the
the new
updated Teemo.
it's the visually updated Teemo. I have not seen that yet, but Amumu gonna get locked in here for the side of Sunlero. I mean, hey, tanks are just strong right now. Amumu provides everything. Giving him double bandage toss, I think, made him insanely overpowered. He provides so much CC for your team. He's just a great pick all around. Has some really rough matchups if the side of AIE plays them, but I think it's just a safe blind pick and it's able to be used effectively here.
I really like the Amumu as well, but I just feel like there are other champions that do his job a bit better right now, just because of kind of how the early game starts off for them, and you need to wait for 6 in order to get really effective ganks unless you draft CC setup. But it really depends on like what blue side's ideas are for that CC setup, right? Like, are we going top lane CC like a Renekton, something simple that way we can just get that pressure up? Or are we going to go for something else like an Ornn, something easy, right?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think Amumu gangs are kind of easily telegraphed. You just know what he's gonna do. He's gonna run at you. He's gonna try to hit a max range bandage toss, or he's gonna flash bandage toss. It's kind of easy to play around that if there's no setup CC or follow up CC, regardless. But the side of AIE choosing to pick the Poppy and the Ashe here, I think if you're not playing Kog'Maw, you should be playing Ashe. She just provides so much CC. She's still really strong, scales well. And then I also do think the Poppy is she did get nerfed recently. She's still strong in my opinion, but not as strong as she used to be. But
Oh,
we see that Sun Lero is just choosing to lock in the most overpowered champion in the game in the Yone. Yeah, he also got buffed this patch for some reason, but we won't see the Grasp build come out of him. Grasp got nerfed, so we won't be seeing like any Grasp Yone or Yasuo's come out, but I still think Yone is a ridiculous champion just as a whole. But some there already drafted themselves a strong team fighting comp with a Mumu, Yone, Swain, but kind of being countered with the Seraphine, who provides a lot of just healing, shielding power, CC. The ultimate across a team can really change the tides of a team fight, and the bot lane duo of Ashe Seraphine is pretty strong. Seraphine gets to root anybody tagged by an Ashe. It's a pretty strong duo, but it is exploitable because they really have no escape tools if they're ever caught out.
so I really like the idea of the Poppy like countering the Amumu and then blue side drafting more and kind of engage into it. The only problem is that it's really hard for Ashe and Seraphine to exist this game because they have to play 3 screens back, hope that nothing hits them at all, and they like pretty much are just like stuck on the edge there constantly. It's really difficult. It especially depends on the Ashe's build. If he's going to go the real build or if he's going the Mosquito build, which is Static Shiv PD Kraken. Guys, please do not build Kraken anymore. Kraken got heavily nerfed. Please go Bork instead. It's not that bad, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Kraken build is still viable. I mean, my team has done it before, up in Emerald Leagues. It's still doable. I think like Ash has two builds. They're both situational depending on what the enemy team comp is, but I do think that is not the build for this game because she will not kill anyone on the side of Sunlero. But we see a Caitlyn and a Jinx ban for AIE, banning away AD carries from Sunlero, Sunlero banning away junglers, even though the Poppy is a flex. Oh, yeah. All right. So Aurora has been nerfed many times.
Still a good champion.
She is still insanely overpowered. Her pick
She is.
potential is the craziest thing in the game. She can it's not as toxic as it was before where she could just run across half the map invisible and then ult you. It's a little shorter. It's only like a quarter of the map, but it's still ridiculous. And just the pick potential on the side of AA is huge here, but we see a Pantheon, a Chad pick, a lot of flex picks so far. Okay.
Oh.
So are we getting a Swain Pantheon bot lane combo out of
Yeah,
Lero?
I think it's Swain Pantheon against Seraphine Ash. Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. We're having a lot of stuff up here in the top
Jax
lane.
is really hard to play this game against Aurora. Oh, please don't lock in the Jax.
I think Jax is hard to play against the whole comp. He gets kited by everybody, but they lock in the Aatrox. It's still a tough matchup for Aatrox, but you know if Aatrox gets ahead at all or gets a really good flank, he's gonna do damage to the back line of AIE because they have no strong peel. They have like situational peel, and if he gets on the back line with a Yone ult or a Mumu ult on top of it, he's just gonna shred through that back line. So I'm really curious what AIE is gonna choose to pick here to round out their comp, and they're hovering the Gnar, which I know can beat the Aatrox in the 1v1, but if he ever gets caught out in miniform, Aatrox is just gonna 1v1 him and just ruin his life.
So I do like the Gnar here. I think it's really easy for you to space this Aatrox. The problem is that level 9 Aatrox will always go ahead and be accelerated because the Q cooldown is basically instant at 9. It's only 1.5 seconds. So you really have to space as Gnar and you really have to punish him early. Unfortunately, you don't have an early punishing comp. So the only way for you to realistically punish this Aatrox is you dive in with Poppy level 3 or you solo kill him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very true. If they don't stop the early game momentum that Sunlero could put out, it's gonna be really hard for this AIE team to do anything in the game. But Sunlero has the tools to do plays like that. You know, they have the actual Seraphine ult, Aurora ult, Gnar into the wall, Poppy can flash stun somebody. They have the tools, they have the options to do it. It's just the question of if they're actually going to be able to do it and not just be outdone by the early skirmishing and potential that the side of Sunlero has.
I also think that you drafted a very simple comp where they have a clear objective in mind on blue side. I think it's real easy for you to dragon stack because Swain Pantheon should always have the push versus Ash Seraphine early game. So that means you can already start stacking dragons super early, right? You could potentially give up grubs, but the enemy team red side with grubs is not as scary as if blue side gets both. So I think that's the trade you have to go into this game with mentality wise. Like, oh guys, we can trade this. Let's go ahead and get these two dragons early and use our early game prowess there because we have Pantheon, we have Swain. Yon, not a really good early game character, but still able to skirmish early, especially with a Mumu. So it's real easy for them. The only thing they have to worry about is if Poppy is going damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Poppy to go damage just because then AI would have like actually no front line. They need some form of tankiness and just be able to take some of these engagements and hopefully be able to turn them. But I only like the side of AIE's comp mostly just because if this Aurora gets ahead, she is just such an overtuned character that she can just like literally solo carry a game. So I'm curious how AI is going to be playing around the strong solo lane picks they have and probably weak siding this Ash Seraphine bottom lane. And I'm curious what plays they're going to do, if they're going to be trading grubs for dragons or vice versa and making a play around that and look for a strong teamfight that they can have in the early game. It's just really the question is if they're going to be able to execute on it. But I think that's going to wrap us up here unless you have anything else to add, Glor.
No, not really. I think the only question I have for Red Side is how are you going to start these fights, right? Are you starting it with Ashe ulti and then Aurora ulti and then hope Meganar is ready, or because it's super easy for Blue Side to just say, okay, guys, this is our go time.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They have the more easily executable go buttons than the side of AIE. It's going to be the question of if the Gnar can get proper Gnar bar timings, rage bar timings, and be able to be Mega Gnar for these important team fights, or if he's going to be TPing in with no rage and being in mini form. But, we'll see who's able to execute on their team comp better when we come back from this break, loaded onto Summoner's Rift. See you guys soon.
See ya.
And welcome back. We are loaded onto the Rift for Sun Lero versus AIE Anguish. Sun Lero on the blue side, AIE on the red side. And we see maybe some interesting text coming out here. We see the Conqueror on Swain, not really shocking, PT on Pantheon. But we were talking as we were loading in about the phase rush on the Poppy. What are your thoughts on this one here, Glor?
Oh, they're on Vision, actually. Wait a second. Are we going to get a fight? Pre a minute? Yeah, but as you were saying, I don't like the phase rush on the puppy, especially since you are one of the main engage tools. I think the aftershock works so much better.
Oh, wait.
This is
Oh, wait.
really bad for
Oh, wait.
blue side. They don't win the level 1.
They're recalling in the bush. Whoa.
Oh no,
Wait.
Seraphine has a huge play here, and that's a
Oh, no.
the first blood, and that's a second blood right that is there. And now Aatrox has to flash away if he wants to live because he could constantly get slowed down. And he doesn't need to, but that is a disaster play already for blue side at the start of the game.
Yeah, the only positive you can take out of it is, hey, at least Seraphine got one of the kills. But overall, that is just not what you're looking for to start this game. And we're still fighting here. Is the support going to get the solo kill on the AD carry?
Oh, we flashed. Oh, we
flashing
flashed
knight.
out. Oh, it doesn't matter. They trade as well. Ash gets the kill. That's so bad. That is 4 sums used. The only positive is Swain has TP, and this game has started as a disaster already.
Yeah, the kills on the board were already 3-1, the same way the Mets just advanced to the NLCS with a 3-1 win over the Phillies. Had to get that in there for all my sports fans. Let's go Mets.
Love the Mets.
This is a disaster for the side of Sunlayer. That is not how you want to be starting this game with that team comp. You're giving the scaling comp just the early lead here. I mean, you blow both your flashes on bottom lane. This is just not how you want to be starting this game here.
Oh, I mean, the only good thing is that you can say is that Poppy and Seraphine did get one of the kills. Seraphine going ahead and buying a Dark Seal already. First purchase, kind of interesting. But Poppy already having the early boots as well, a lot easier as we go in here on the Ashe, but it's a really bad trade because you've already lost early. So you've already lost a ton of pressure as Yone is just straight up winning this trade mid and is just straight up beating up the Aurora.
I mean, now that Aurora took some bad trades early, lost a bunch of health, has no pots, we're just probably going to see solo kill out of kills, flashes forward for it, gets it. Yeah, no, I mean...
Wait, a Mumu! Oh, Mumu! He doesn't have item!
Oh my...
He's still doing grinds!
He's level 1.
Oh my god, a Mumu!
Okay, and he gets executed.
Oh my god, it's actually a disaster masterclass.
If I was Sunlero, I would FF this game at 15 minutes because my jungler still hasn't bought jungle item.
Oh no, Mumu pulled an El Yoya.
And he's sitting in base.
And he's just sitting in base.
Oh, we got it. We got the support item. We got the jungler item.
When Poppy still hasn't full cleared at this point, but Mumu is so behind.
So the biggest misplay out of this one is, you mentioned El Yoya not buying the item, and the side of AIE knows this, and Poppy just not invading any of these camps to just push this lead even further is probably the... Oh, wait, never mind. We see the ping here. They're going in for the invade, looking for stuff as, Aurora just getting traded on. Invade canceled now because of that trade, but, if I was Poppy, I would just be pushing this tempo. I would just be stealing everything away from this Mumu, just make him absolutely useless this game, but... They're giving him a window back into this game by just leaving stuff up. Yeah, his clothes going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. But, hey, he'll be able to hit level 6 at some point in this game, and that's just, the only thing this Mumu needs to do at this point.
This is... Yeah, there's absolutely no vision. They had no idea. Well, they do have an idea. They do see a Mumu level 2. They have the ward there. They should know that something is up.
They would also know from the level 1. They saw him on vision. He died at level 1. They would know he wouldn't have item. Wait.
No, you're gonna dive this? Oh!
Alright, and a trade in the top lane. Jobo traded 1-for-1 there on the dive. Both Flash being used by the Aatrox to get away and try to get that 1-for-1 trade. It works out in the end, but Gnar still has their flash up. Gnar can look to push more of an advantage up here. Already up 19 CS. This is just looking really rough for the blue side here at game 1 so far.
That was kind of a bad tower dive because it doesn't really change the lane as well. You only reject maybe 3 or 4 minions, but I guess it's the thought that matters, you know? Like Nar said, this is my lane. But this is already a disaster class from the jungle alone. The only saving grace is that mid is able to just keep this pressure up and able to keep going as much as he can and hard as he want.
Yeah, I mean, the only way back in this game is you just get Yone so far ahead, and then you just look for team fights with your fed Yone, or he just split pushes and just beats on anyone in the side lane. But yeah, we just see a trade there. It's an even trade for the mid laners, and Aurora's down a level. This is just the trading power that Aurora has. The 3-hit passive with the electrocute, she can trade very effectively. It's just if this Yone gets on top of her with any ability, it's really hard for her to fight it at the early levels, but as she gets later in this game, she'll be able to fight back and possibly be the answer to this Yone. It's just a question of if this Yone is enough for the side of Sunlara to be able to get back in this game at all.
So this is also interesting as well because the Poppy is able to secure that as well because there's really no pressure on the side of Swain Pantheon, which is what you picked this comp for, was for that early game pressure potentially. And we see already healing reduction in this game with Seraphine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart early purchase considering she applies it very well because there's only 2 roles that can effectively buy heal cut right now, and it's AD carry, who don't want to spend the 800 gold on it, or mid laners, who don't want to spend the 800 gold on it. So as a tank player, a top laner, or support, you go, hey, let me buy Thornmail as a role that should never be auto-attacked by the people who lifesteal or targeted. So it's just, heal cut is really bad right now, but Seraphine being able to apply it so well, her buying the Oblivion Orb is a really smart first purchase into the team comp of the blue side. But Amumu did end up trading grubs for that first dragon, as we see a Gnar into the wall up top here.
Bit of an interesting Gnar ulti there. Just getting a good trade in, pretty much. Gnar bar will come back sooner and later. It's only a minute cooldown for level 1 Gnar ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tempo ultimate there. He gets the wave pushed in, he gets a good trade. It's going to keep the Aatrox pushed under tower. And yeah, Aurora can just do this to Yone, you know, dash out of anything he's trying to do and look for a trade as a dive is going to be set up top here.
This is a really bad dive opportunity. Unless Aatrox decides to just randomly take all this damage.
Yeah, I mean, the minion wave not being there and getting cleared out is big because Aatrox should be able to get his back off in here unless we're just going to flash in his Poppy. And yeah, Aatrox is going to be able to get the recall off out of vision. This is very, very lucky for the Aatrox that he was able to recall there. Yes, he is down 35 CS. Yes, he's going to lose a plate maybe and have to bring TP back. But, like, he lived, and that's the most important part because he can catch gold, he can get XP, everything. Yone ult, gonna whiff. And we're going to see a ultimate out of Aurora and just 2 ultimates burned against each other for nothing to come out of it. And they're just going to walk back to mid lane and go back to farming up. But yeah, definitely a really good play out of Aatrox there.
Did you see that Yone ulti hit outside your window too? That was a bit of a strategic miss there.
Yeah.
Also, the Aurora ulti, it doesn't really stop it because Yone Unstoppable goes through pretty much everything in the game. So it's also a good counter that wise, but Nara's taking kind of a bad trade here. Needs this Mega in order for it to be better.
Yeah, I mean, after we see both the ultimates in mid whiff and then Yone get another big trade, I bet he was wishing he had his ultimate there, and we're going to see the Gnar.
Oh, okay, quick little Gnar bar does miss, but
Wait, what?
He's the minion! And then just hits it, but Jobo is still fine because he is able to just run out and it just heals the entire time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the whiffed Gnar ultimate into the whiffed wall slam by Poppy just lets Jobo walk out for free, and that is not what you want to be doing as a side AIE. You have the tempo, you have the gold lead, you have every advantage, and you want to be pushing it, and just they play like that just kind of kills momentum because Jobo's just getting big trades up here and looking to get a solo kill potentially, but both of them are super low on health right now.
It's a lot easier for the Aatrox to do it if he spaces correctly, but it's... Oh, this is going to be an inches game top. Oh, they're going to go for this. Aatrox has blood in his eyes. And here's Dory as well, who is 6, but Nar is still counting up pretty good. Nar misses the
Nar's
E,
in.
pushes forward, and then gets stunned. Oh, unlucky.
Well, Amumu's back in this game now because he's
Yeah.
the same level as Poppy. Yeah, no, if Amumu just went in earlier and just was willing to commit a flash ultimate, there's no trade kill in that play, but just being unwilling to commit something like that means that it comes out even for Nar because he's still up 30 CS. He gets a trade kill, and Amumu's the one who's catching the XP and gold. Like, it's really fine if you're the side of the Nar. Yes, you're gonna lose a wave, but like you traded how you wanted to in that one, and you got a flash out. Like, it's a really good play for Kiwi
Oh,
Slap.
Aurora has to flash. Kind of really greedy there, even though you do have your teammates in reinforcement. It's so greedy to do this. As support already roams for the second wave of grubs, and I do think they'll be easily to get it. But the problem is that Mountain Dragon is up soon.
Oh, Asholt's flying upriver.
Oh, here we go.
It hits the Amumu.
Oh, Amumu's dead. He's no chance of surviving that one, and Aatrox is now stuck. But here
Oh, the
comes
Snap Sweet's
Pantheon.
here.
But Pantheon is randomly joining this fight, and it's already a lost fight. Aatrox will fall. Aurora's still alive. Pantheon just double stunned up against the wall. Aurora does fall. It's a small trade, but it doesn't really change the fact of anything. DBXL flashing over to hit the Swainy and get in the Swain ultimate, but he does not win this game off this. It is going to be a disaster play potentially if Ash cannot space him out correctly, but I think with the Q here, it will happen. And that is Swain Flash and Ultimate against an Ash who still has Flash.
No, she
And
used
it's
it
a
to get out of this.
disaster.
She flashed out of the Swain ultimate to win that trade. Used the barrier early to block a lot of the upfront burst damage from the Swain. I mean, that was just crazy. We're just all blood on the wall for second grubs here in Plat League, and I just love chaos like this and games like this. They're always the most fun to cast, and I'm happy we're here for this one.
A bit of an interesting buy from Amumu there, going with the Sork boots first.
Yeah, I don't like that one. He's also rushing.
Oh, is Aurora dead?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yone doing Yone things, able to solo kill the Aurora, and the Aurora is going Malignant, so it's so much harder for this Aurora to exist into this game. Doesn't have the HP scaling from Leandri's or the Roa build, so they are pretty much just using themselves as an ult bot.
So, to any of our viewers who have been following League of Legends Worlds, know that Yone, I believe, is sitting around an 80% win rate in professional play right now. That was before he got buffed this patch, because they're on Worlds patch. Yone is stronger now than he is at Worlds, and he's still the most strong champion at Worlds. And we just saw it there. Aurora was at, what, half health, and he snapped back with the E and killed her? That was some ridiculous damage that we saw out of Yone already.
The perfect cue to actually get it was so crazy. Oh, and this is going to be another dive onto Jobo, but this time can he get the healing off of it? He'll just choose to Q instead of auto attack for the heal, but the flash on bot lane for Ash, and this is not going to be enough as the Seraphine is also here this time. Oh my goodness, they are wiped, and now Yone is somehow top lane. Will ult this Poppy, and the flash forward by Doricat means he actually gets the kill return, and now Nard just trying his hardest to get a nice trade kill back here, and will get it. Yone will not go forward, and across the map, it's a 4-for-1 on the side of red.
Yeah, just pure chaos here. Hey, you said you don't want to see an Ash Kraken Slayer. We see an Ash Kraken Slayer, and she's 405 on it. So I think this build is perfectly fine the way they're playing this game. They're going to get first turret here, too. This is just a bot lane masterclass, and just like overall, really good team play out of AIE. Yes, it's a little sloppy, but they're up 6k gold. They have the first turret. They traded 1-for-1 on Dragons. They traded on Grubs. The only strong champion on the side of Sunlero is this Yone. And if they can just CC him up correctly...
Oh, CP here. Wow.
All right. Yeah, I mean, and we still see Yone just beating... Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay. So Aurora still can do damage to a Yone, but this Yone is still ridiculously strong. If he gets on top of her, he will kill her. But the random TP by the Aatrox to lose his turret but to kill the support, I guess, is some type of play you got to be
Oh,
looking
this
for.
is such a bad fight now for them, as now they will miss the Mumikyu. Pantheon will not be able to kill, and Pantheon will be dead, trying to get any trade possible. And now Gnar just chasing down this Aatrox. He is slowed from the red buff. He is so slowed, and it is another solo kill top. Yeah, and Swain actually also got killed again. You know?
Yeah, I feel like there's not much to be saying right now. As that mid lane dive literally said it all. It's just better coordinated plays by AIE. They're focusing the right targets who they need to be. They know the damage dealers that they got to be taking down, and it's still, for the blue side, for Lero, they're making all these plays without the Yone, the strongest member on their team. If Yone isn't there, do not make a play because you will lose it every time, because the rest of the side of red is just so much stronger than your team that you can't be doing stuff like this. But I say that, and we see Dory trying to make a play here. Missed the bandage toss. Wait, we see
Oh, the
Sapsky
bandage
going
on the
in by
way.
itself.
Guys, I think there's a communication error with my Pantheon. I think he's lagging a little bit. Can we get production to check on that real quick?
Yeah, as I just say, don't be making plays without your Yone. If they make a play without the Yone, it immediately gets turned on, and Ash ultimate to the face, a wall stun by the Poppy, a whiffed Seraphine ult, and we're just going to possibly break the base open here with a Herald charge. We'll see if there's going to be response for the blue side. Amumu is around, a flash forward out of the Swain. They're looking for it.
Oh, but wow, they actually do negative damage. It's really hard for Swain to do a lot here. Poppy does cancel ultimate. The TP from Yone comes in, but he completely whiffs the Fate Unsealed. And Ash will keep living temporarily, and that's a huge shutdown to Doricat. And now trying his hardest, Yone just trying to be 600 years champion. Will get one confirmed kill back in. And now Kinkus will just kill himself accidentally by walking into the Aurora queue. And that is a damning statement right there, as now Aatrox is here to join in on this fun. Will miss the Q1, will not miss the Q2, pops the World Ender, it is still not enough. And we have chaos.
I mean, yeah, that was the right play for Sunlero to make. They went for the TP play on the Yone, but he absolutely whiffs the ultimate. If he hit that, that is a one team fight, and momentum swung back in the favor of blue side. But with that missed ultimate, he still gets the kill on Ash. He still gets the shutdown, but Gnar wasn't even there for that fight. Gnar was just split pushing the top lane saying, hey, my team can 4v5 this. They don't need me. And
Oh no.
proof was in the pudding. They didn't, and Gnar's going to turn this. He's going to 1v2 right now.
You have to really play your back now. Gnar is going to get one, and now he's mega, pushes away the Yone, and now Doricat trying to do his hardest here, and Gnar still has the jump. Oh, but Doricat does hit it, but this is still kind of bad. If Gnar hits the Q there, it's a possible kill, and now this will go to another shutdown to the Amumu.
Yeah, that's not who you want to be getting these shutdowns of this game. I'm going to tell you that. But, hey, they got the shutdown, and I think that's the important part. But I mean, they're making plays on side lanes where they need to be. They're giving up objectives when they need to. It's the way you have to crawl back into games when you're in such a goal deficit as this, as we already see bounties are up before 20 minutes. They have to be making side lane plays like that, willing to sacrifice stuff, and, getting these shutdown bounties. There's none left on the side of the champions for red side. They just have to start pushing turrets, taking those, and trying to get some of the standing gold on the map.
So this is a bit of a damning cause because unfortunately, my Amumu has Leandries. So it is hard for him to survive any of these fights, as now Pantheon will find the Poppy. Poppy will miss the E there, and the Pantheon small trade back thinking that they can get something here, but it's so hard, especially with the Gnar so accelerated, already 2.5 items, and he's just going to solo kill Aatrox again because he missed the W. But on the bottom side of the map, we have another fight as Pantheon will fall. The Seraphine ultimate is there, and it's a CC chain, and the tickets are for blue side, and they cannot escape. King is trying his hardest to get at least one trade back, and it will not happen at all. The Yone will fall as well as he whiffs another huge Fate Unsealed. And now this game is getting really ugly for Sunlero.
That wasn't a whiff, Glor Snacks. AIE parted the Red Sea and let that ultimate go between all of them, because that was a beautiful spacing by them on that Yone ultimate. It was about to hit 4 people, and they just all went in 2 different ways, waited for him to get the snap back to turn on him, and that was but Jobo TP'd in. Paz is in trouble here.
Oh, can Aurora survive? No, it looks like he will fall, and that kill will go to Aatrox. But Gnar just getting mid-tower again. That's another 700 gold to Gnar. Oh, this Gnar is so accelerated on the gold cost. Oh my goodness, he's up almost 5k.
Yeah, it's not against the world in a way, but like I want to go back to this Poppy build because this is a really interesting choice. You go Sunder Sky into Locket. So we normally don't see this. We normally see a Poppy build damage or a Poppy build support. I've never seen one indexed to both.
Innovation. What can I say?
I mean, hey, you're this far ahead and you got the gold to spend.
We're gonna
Why
go
not
ahead and
do
flash
it?
forward. But this is still a bad play.
Oh, with the actual
Pantheon
hit!
gets blast code into the Ashe ulti, and now they're gonna go ahead and engage on this. And Yone's still doing a lot here. This Ashe does not have enough damage to face off against him, but now he is trapped in the between worlds. We'll go ahead and hit the Fate Unsealed onto Aurora. Can he 200 years this? Yes, he can. He gets a double, but Doricat will fall as well. That's a triple kill for the Gnar. Now Aatrox is finally here.
Wait, got a
That's
Quadra.
kill for the Gnar, and that
Give it to
trade
him.
back will not happen. Will he get it? And yes, no.
Report my support for the chaos on my pentakill. Oh man, that
No.
is so sad if you are Kiwi Slap.
Oh, that was his pentakill right there. Actually stolen straight from him.
Oh man, I would be rage. I'd be in comms right now telling my support to go ahead and DC the rest of this game. They don't get to participate anymore. But
Oh
man, I mean, yeah, Kills got that play onto Pows with the Fate Unsealed, with the snapback, even through the Aurora Ultimate and everything. It didn't matter. This champion is 200 years, and we saw it there. But apparently, you don't need 200 years to be a hard carry because Gnar is insane this game. What should have been, could have been, definitely is, in my eyes, the pentakill. Yeah, this champion is so accelerated. 70 gold up, 70 CS up, 12, 3, and 6. He picked up 2 inner turrets, so 1,400 gold from that. He is by far the scariest member on AIE and is just gonna be putting it to anybody who faces him in the side lane.
Oh, we're death bushing here, and Seraphine does walk in, and she will fall. So the death bush works, and an interesting fact actually, when we previously showed the gold, it said that Amumu was up in gold over Poppy. That is due to the fact that he has secured all the shutdowns.
So, okay, anyone who's out there listening, the new strategy is you don't start with your jungle item. You die to your Krugs, and then you immediately build AP, take all the shutdowns from your team, and you too can get yourself a gold advantage over your enemy counterpart jungler. Oh no.
Oh, Dragon.
Oh, that was so close.
Dragon spawning in. Blue team, Sun Lero not deciding to go in. Pantheon will go in, and now this is going to be a huge engage. The Fate Unsealed does miss onto 2 as they are able to flash away from it, and now Poppy is in some trouble. But
Nice
here
hit.
comes Gnar with a huge wall stun with the Fate Between Worlds, and it's all up to Yone and Swain to see what they can do, but it's not enough. A full red ace.
Yeah, that was just an insane play out of Kiwi Slap. The TP, he didn't even TP it. He just walked up full on vision, full Narbar, and gets a flash in 4-man Gnar into the wall, followed by the, I believe, Fate Between Worlds, the Aurora Ultimate, whatever it is, right on top of it. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's leaving. And yeah, AIE team taking both objectives at the same time.
And as you said earlier, look who is building Grievous Runes on top lane.
I mean,
Remember-
hey, he's got the gold to spend. Why not spend the 800 gold at this point?
Oh, he does actually go for the Chem Punk. Very
I mean-
interesting. I haven't seen that item in such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason we haven't seen it in a long time. It's just, it's not stat efficient. It's just not a really good item right now. but it's really the only one and AD Bruiser can build because the best one is the crit one, and I don't think you want to be building that as Gnar. You want the health stats. So I guess it makes sense to build it, but I think he could have just sat on the 800 gold item one and just been fine with that.
Oh, we actually have an engagement bot here. Oh, nice E from the Yone to stop that. But not really gold accelerated this Yone this game, actually. Doesn't look like he's that ahead on items, only has the Bork and the Wit's End. So it's really hard for him to do a lot of what he can here.
Yeah, I mean, started out really well. Team started making plays without him, and now he's got to face the strongest member of AIE on the side lane.
Oh, wait, he actually goes with the Fate Unsealed and fails the flash! Oh, and now Dorycat is now in trouble as he will get locked up again. And this poor Amumu is getting bullied.
All right, so I no longer think he has a gold advantage, but I think we're just going to see Gnar 2v1 here again. Oh! The
He
double...
actually doesn't get the stun onto Pantheon. He has to flash out here. Oh, but the Aatrox Q2 barely misses. Pantheon flash forward. This is a huge shutdown depending on who you give it to. And it's actually going to go to nobody.
He's out.
Oh,
He's out.
no.
Oh my gosh, Kiwi Slap played that so well. The Sterix proccing, playing out of the range of everything, and the rest of his team is just going to end the game now because they tried to go for a play on him.
No,
they still have
both
Baron, they still
tried
have
to
Grubs. This is going to be over. Why are we TPing in? They're going to kill the turret.
Oh, he still actually gets
He
the
gets
TP
it.
up, and here's the Pantheon ulti. This is the last hope for Lero. A huge 4-man. A Momo Curse of the Sand Mummy. But it's all too little, too late, as they will just get completely wiped the floor. Gnar 18-3. And this game is over.
Yeah, I think this game was over at level 1 when Amumu did not have a jungle item and they gave up 2 kills. But Kiwi Slap, man, on that Gnar, he dealt almost 40k damage that game, absolutely popping off and carrying the side of AIE to a game 1 victory here.
Oh, and the Gnar play there at the end. They both try to give the shutdown to each other because they both didn't want to take it. As that is just horrible. As we, what is up with Swain's name?
There's a few names in here. I think we need to get some investigation on these alt accounts we got going on here.
Guys.
I definitely think, Kiwi Slap should be looked at after that game with that name up there. I'm seeing Koos and not Kiwi Slap, so let's get Bully on that one. But while we deal with these lobby issues and teams get ready for game 2, I think we should be heading here to a quick break. We'll see you all on the other side. And welcome back. We are already cooking on this game 2 draft. We see the same bands, kind of the same bands coming out from each side. Kaisa choosing to be a band this side from Sun Lero on the side swap, but AIE going with that first pick Jinx here after a dominant game 1 victory. How do you feel about a first pick Jinx, Glorsnack?
This is kind of an interesting pick here. It is a safe AD carry, right? It also just depends on what your team comp gets because you do need 25 minutes for this Jinx to get ahead. But if it's anything like how it was last game, I don't think the Jinx will have a problem accelerating this game, as they do lock Sejuani this time. So we're going with the still tanky jungler theme. Hopefully, Dorycat does not forget the Moss Stomper this time, so we are not put onto that masterclass of an early game.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, I don't care what jungler he picks this game, as long as he starts with the jungle item this time around. And we're seeing a Misfortune Hover. She got nerfed a lot, as in they nerfed Bloodthirster, so that first item build isn't as good anymore. It's still doable, but she's a lot weaker than she used to be. I still think if you play Kog'Maw, you should be locking in Kog'Maw. Neither team plays Kog'Maw, apparently, so each of them are choosing to go a different route with their AD carry picks. But I still think you can pair a Lulu, who is like the strongest support in the game right now, alongside with this Jinx. But you could also just pick Braum, cancel out a Misfortune ult that way, and I really like a J4 ultimate into a immobile AD carry like a Misfortune.
Yeah, so that kind of makes Misfortune's life kind of really hard to play and exist this game. Don't really like the Misfortune at all. I really think that like there is a chance that you could have picked something different, right? I mean, there are technically 4 AD bans as well, and oh, we are just going all in here if we lock in the Galio.
Yeah,
It is a straight up dive.
if they lock in Galio, I want to see a Camille locked in, and then I don't care what support is after that. When you just get anybody into a J4 or ult or a Camille ult, and they're just going to be ulted by a Galio, and that should just be the whole game plan for AIE if they lock this in. And they do. Okay, so Galio is locked in. Can still be flexed between support and mid. I believe it should be played mid. Really good into mages. Syndra's still up. I think you can pick that on the side of Sunlero. She outranges everybody so far. Yes, she has the potential to get caught, but you know the range is just she's just so strong. She does Silas.
Silas
Um,
into Galio. Kind of a very difficult matchup for Silas to exist.
Okay, so Sunlero is apparently stream sniping right now, and they're banning out the Camille. But I don't like this Silas pick. This is I'm gonna say this is an ego pick. Like this is something you pick when you want to show off. He tried it on game 1 with the Yone. He got ahead early, fell off late. Silas is kind of the opposite. Very weak early, very strong late. So maybe he can use the Silas's scaling like that to be able to carry his team in the late game. But this matchup in mid lane is just hell for him. Galio has the built-in AP shield with his W, can taunt. He does so much upfront burst damage, even if he does go the tankier build. And if he goes the tank build, I don't know how Silas is supposed to kill him.
Yeah, that would be a 4 or 5 item Silas, as we do ban the Lulu and Blitzcrank here as well. They heard your cries. They are stream sniping by chance.
Yeah, apparently.
They said, what else did he say? What else did he say?
Yeah, I'm just not gonna say any other champs that I want to see in this game because they're gonna just either get banned or picked by the other team to cancel out what I was saying. But I mean, I still see the theory for picking a Silas. Is a melee solo laner who synergizes well with the Sejuani passive. There's the Galio ult to steal. I mean, it's the only ultimate to steal really so far that's worth anything. So I think it's still a little too early to pick it. You could have just R5'd it. I don't think they were going to ban it out. But 2 support bans for the side of AIE, a Blitzcrank. They also ban a Leona Misfortune, a classic duo, a lot of burst damage with the Sunlight passive into a bullet time over top. And
Rel, please lock in the Rel overthrow.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is a good laning duo. You have the Rel who can hold people in place for the Misfortune ult. I was praying that they didn't go Thresh. AIE can go Thresh though. That's a good pick for a Jinx pairing. but not a good misfortune pairing. You want somebody who's gonna provide a lot of upfront CC, tankiness, and keep people locked in place for your ultimate and just burst damage that you have out of an 80 carry role.
Emilio's good here as well. It actually provides some nice peel for the Jinx as well, because this comp J4 Galio, they're going so far ahead that it's so hard for Jinx to walk up as well. And now as we lock in the Orianna, so it is a Galio top.
Okay, I like this pick actually. They're gonna go the tank build. They're gonna go I forget the name of the AP Sunfire Cape item.
Hollow Radiance.
Yeah, they should be going Hollow Radiance into, I believe they go Canic Rucker in second, and then like a Thornmail or something like that. And they still do a lot of AP damage. They're just super tanky, super hard to kill, or anything like that.
Oh,
And we got some spice.
but the Executioner of Noxus is here. This is an interesting Urgot matchup. This is kind of hard because Urgot E does not cancel Galio E. Because Galio E, I think, has higher priority frame data than Urgot E. But unless I'm mistaken.
I'm not gonna pretend to know this matchup. I play support. I play like 3 champions throughout all of comp leagues because that's all support gets to play. Thank God for Fearless, I get to play more stuff. But I know Galio's E is high priority over a lot of stuff. I think the highest priority thing in the game is like Gragas belly bop, his body slam. But I do believe you're correct. I do think Galio E beats out the Urgot E in a like flip for flip matchup, I guess.
And even if it doesn't, it's not really like super hard, because this is kind of a really bad lane for Galio, because it's not something that he can easily sustain in, right? Which is why you go the tank Galio, so it's an easy sustain lane. You know, you trade your HP for farm, but Urgot can always have kill pressure on you constantly, starting from like level 3 forward. So it is kind of hard for Galio to exist. I understand the pairing of it. I would have just preferred something else a bit more in terms of that. And now that you do lock in the Orianna against the Sylas, it is a lot easier for Sylas if he is able to get on top of the Orianna, right? Orianna does outrange him, and it's a lot easier for Orianna to just press QW and walk away. Auto attack with Phase Rush. I think you have to go Phase Rush here in order to escape the Sylas. But Sylas much prefers Orianna than Galio.
I think AIE has the potential to do something crazy here, and that is just you send the Galio mid versus the Sylas, and you just send Orianna top to just farm under her turret versus the Urgot. And then you have just your Orianna get a free-ish scaling matchup. She gets to just farm up, scale up, and not be under threat of dying to Sylas. And then Galio just gets to do whatever he wants against the Sylas in a solo lane. I don't think that's something we're going to be seeing out of here, but I do like the potential of it. It's an idea that they could have. Or if they want to pull it off and go for something like that, you could always do a role swap where you send Galio bot lane and then you send the Jinx Milio top lane and look for a play like that we see like at Worlds and in higher leagues and stuff like that. But no offense, this is Platinum League. I don't think that these teams are going to be looking for something like that, and we're just going to have to see how these matchups go up against each other.
I really think this game is really mid dependent. I think the Galio lane is neutralized fully. I think Jarvan versus Sejuani is a kind of a who mega lull. I think it's also hard for Rel now to exist with the Milio, so it's a good counter to it. I don't know. After seeing the first game, I can't be confident in Red Side's draft, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just believe in AIE. I was a big AIE fan last week. They let me down, but you know, I'm back on it. I'm back on the AIE train. I'm gonna root for him. I'm gonna say AIE gets the 2-0 tonight, and we're gonna find that out on the other side of this break as we wait for teams to load on to the Rift.
Welcome
And-
back, everybody. Game 2 of our high-octaned, action-packed thriller is set to start off here as we do see another full stack, a sort of invade coming through on the blue side. Just think they're going to stack there in case of an invade, but it is a 5-point for red side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Sunlayer wants to throw the game away at level 1 again. But we see a big up compared to last game. Dory K starting with the jungle item, so very much improved on that one. Happy to see that one, and I do see some interesting summoner spell choices, or not summoner spell, rune choices up in the top lane as both top laners choosing to go with the phase rush. Definitely not what I was expecting in this matchup.
Urgot with phase rush. Okay. I mean, you kind of knock him over your shoulder, and he can't really run away like that, as Orianna will just take a bad trade and just get. See, like I said earlier, it's so hard for Orianna in this lane because it's as soon as 1E comes through, Orianna's already half HP, and that's already such a disadvantage.
I mean, yeah, this was the strong point on the map for Sunlayer in the first game. It was kills into POWs, the Yone into the Aurora. He was so far ahead in the early game, just couldn't make anything work in the late game, and he's already starting off this game strong in what should be a kind of losing matchup for him in the early levels, just because Orianna has the range, he has to trade HP to go for minions, but a big trade like that at level 1 actually puts the lane in favor of Silas, because now he can just kind of trade with Reckless Abandon, because he's up the 2 pots to 1, and once he hits level 2 off of this wave, he just becomes that much stronger, and we just see there, he's like,
Oh, he did take the tower dash shot there. If he didn't take it, it would have been an insanely good trade, but we saw Rel actually go in on the level 2 Jinx Melia bot lane, and Rel is running the other way from her tower, still trying to go in, and it's a trade happening bot lane, but this is still really bad. Double flashes burned bot lane. Oh my goodness gracious, Rel running down the wrong way, trying to re-engage onto the Jinx. Care to explain?
yeah, so I'm gonna talk about it from the side of AIE. They should have had a kill there because they both warded the bush. They chose to focus the MF instead of getting the kill on Rel. So Sapsweet kind of got away with murder there. Like Sapsweet should have died on that one, and just the decision making out of AIE there cost them the free first blood and the free kill onto their scaling Jinx, which I think is a really bad look for them when it was just the freest play ever because Rel went in at level 1. But top lane,
What?
we're flashing in already.
We got the flash in and the stun is now coming up right now, but it's still so hard. Can Kiwi Slap survive? Jumbo! Oh, cancels the auto attack, but still gets it on the second half as now Kikis is going in, but he's in a full minion wave, and he's a level down Kikis. Will he get solo killed? Orianna flash forward means yes! And the Silas lane, who starts off with Orianna at half HP, ends up getting solo killed, taking a horrible fight in the minion wave.
I'm kind of speechless. I'm not gonna lie to you. But, oh, all right. Dory K picking up the scraps there. Good on him getting that on the flashless Orianna, having to flash himself to land the flash Q. But that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, that Orianna should beat Silas in this lane early. It's when they're in side lanes and extended lanes, it becomes really hard for her to answer him. But in early lanes, the, I forget the name of her passive, wind up something. The bonus AP
Clockwork.
damage you get. Clockwork wind up, yes. The bonus damage that you get on your auto attacks with magic damage, the low mana cost of your Q and W just does massive damage onto the Silas, and you can just slowly poke him out and whittle him down. And what we thought was going to be winning 4 kills just was not. Like, he should not have died there. He probably should have had the first blood of the game with how level 1 went, but Pow's getting away with one there, and just gonna poke out kills again here.
Oh, but it's still a dangerous thing right here. But there's
Wait,
a
Kiwi
Galio mid! As now he is just going to get taunted, locked up, and will get killed. Dorycat not fast enough to save his mid laner.
Yeah, really good roam out of Kiwi. He got the top lane pushed, had nothing to do, and he said, let's see if we can make anything work mid lane. And it did, because there was no wards, 4 kills. He just got punished there. And House, 2 kills on the Orianna, and, you know, if you're not picking Syndra, you should be picking Orianna. I do think these are like the two S tier mid laners, AP wise on the patch. I think they're both incredibly strong, and this Orianna is now super accelerated. The amount of damage she's gonna do with her ultimate, with her, it's just gonna be insane.
Again, we saw a nice little trade there in the bot lane. Rel just losing it again. This is not going good. I think the Cole is interesting from Jinx. Don't think it's your ideal pick.
I'm actually fine with it. You know, you're a scaling champ into a really strong early game AD carry in Misfortune. You're just looking to be catching waves, not really looking for the early kills or early lane trade. You win the support matchup. They can't really engage on you, so you're just looking for.
Oh, we have a fight brewing. We're gonna contest this first dragon here. Jinx, the Rel MF are able to run away, and now Silas ultimate is there. That's gonna be a huge EQ engage.
Oh, wait.
And here comes the Galio. Only hits onto 2. Excel is still in a bad spot. No flash. Silas now going in. We'll get the Ori 2, but still too late. And that is a huge cleanup.
Yeah, that was really well played out of AIE. Galio roaming down for that one to be able to ultimate into that play. And we're still seeing them go, and they're invading on this one. Oh, a little bit of a misplay.
And it looks like it's going to be still all right. Now the smite's going to come through. Jarvan does secure it. They're still fighting this. They think they can't. But the Super Mega Death Rocket makes sure that Rel goes down. Another aggressive play just renounced in front of their eyes.
Yeah, I think if AI really wants to push the tempo on this game, they keep J4 bot and they just dive this Misfortune like right now. And then she'll be able to do nothing this game as Jobo is in a really bad spot. What is happening here?
How does he even end up in this situation?
He's gonna die to
the
turret.
minions are dead. Oh my.
Oh, and here's the play I was talking about. But Rel's here.
Rel's had enough time to respawn. It's so hard for you to make this play. Milio's so low. The flash forward. The ignite is there. The shield is still keeping him alive. Will he fall? He won't not. Jinx is free hitting on this Rel and will fall. Storm Tech dropping the Cataclysm to make sure it's a confirmed
They
kill.
can go for this again.
And they're going to go for it. Storm Tech taking huge damage. It's going to be him who takes the tower. And it will be a trade, a shutdown. Alter Ego does not fall 1 HP for the Jinx. Oh, and that would have been the best case scenario for MF, but he barely survives.
So, I think this game is kind of already over.
And Silas is getting solo killed mid again. Can he able to do this again? No, he goes in. And it's a Silas disaster lane.
So, interesting stat point. Lero gets about 50% of first bloods in all the games they play, and they are 0-5 on the season. And they got first blood this game, so it automatically means that they have to lose. I think that's the math that I'm getting here. But this game, the tempo is being pushed really well by the side of AIE. Like I said, just the plays you want to be making. 80 carries alone, they're already behind. Your 80 carries super ahead. You just look to dive that bot lane on repeat. Misfortune immobile, no flash, no barrier. Hell, they could go back and make this play. Give up the grubs. Just keep diving this MF. Push her out of this game completely and just win whatever you want. But they're going to be fighting for this one.
Oh, Jumbo whiffs the EQ there and is not able to do a lot. Kinkus steals the Cataclysm. The Urgot ulti goes outside my window. And that is just 2 ults just used on the side.
Dorike gonna look for steal. Oh wait, a cell's up here, but we see Kiwi Slap roaming up. Jobo's in base with no TP. They just gotta give this one. Yeah, really well played out of AIE, forcing just random ultimates out of Lero. I mean, it's really hard to be playing with 2 subs, 2 off-roll players. You know, Storm, Hurricane Diff. Hopefully everyone on the side of Lero is safe who is in Florida, but it's just looking really rough on Summoner's Rift for their team here. Just no synergy, no team decision-making or anything like that, and Jinx just getting free turrets, kind of getting greased by her team, sharing local gold like that. Just gives Jinx all the turret plate gold.
Oh, the flash forward from Rel. Melio is still getting hit. He is taking the tower. Oh, the MF ulti comes through.
Wait,
And
Kills
he's
is here.
It's right here. He will get Cataclysm dropped on him. He will drop his own Cataclysm. Has to flash out, but Excel gets it. And now this Jinx could possibly be in a lot of trouble. Excel pops the barrier early. And now Devil's Alter Ego. Can he survive? Will get the shutdown to Jinx. Misfortune with the shot is a triple kill. And they are speaking life into the game.
And they're going to look for a play on this bot lane, too. And I don't think anything's going to happen yet. Kiwi Slap, we see he burns Flash on the top left, gets out of that play. But, yeah, really well response there. Really good roam out of kills. Sadly, Jinx not able to pick up that last auto attack on him to get the reset. And I think if Jinx resets there, that's just kind of just game over. I said it before, but just an insanely one fight at the side of AIE. But Misfortune able to pick up a triple kill. I think one shutdown on the Jinx at this point in the game, and just accelerated back into this game to be having a chance. And all right, there's one thing I want to say. I do not like Berserk agrees on Misfortune, but I'll hold that point for later. As bot lane, we're fighting.
He's trying to see if he can escape here. Realizes he has to fight for his life and will not be able to survive it. Could he possibly? Oh, if he was more confident, he would have ulted the Galio there and at least traded. But I understand why he didn't. But yeah, that Misfortune got a huge, I believe, 700 gold shutdown. Oh no, are we death pushing again?
We saw this play last game.
Powers is just gonna launch into it, and it's gonna be a stun up. But can they still get it? A double stun from the Sejuani, plays it perfectly, and Ralph steals the kill. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I said this game was over. I lied. Some Lero is fighting their way back into the. What is Milio doing?
Huh?
Why didn't? Okay. Anyway, so. You know, that's one thing I want to hit on here. I don't like that Milio's bot lane sharing this local first turret gold with the Jinx. There's no need for him to be there. You see everybody on the side of Sunlero in the mid lane. Just walk with your J4, give Jinx all the gold that she wants, further accelerate her in this game, because now Misfortune is catching up.
Is that Dream Maker on Milio? Oh my goodness. I have not seen that support item.
You've never seen Dream Maker?
No.
Okay, yeah, no, this is that is the support item you're supposed to be going on Enchanters. It increases your healing and shielding power, which is all Milio does. He just shields and heals.
I always see them go the Celestial Oppression.
I mean, you could go it. I don't think he needs to. I mean, hey, I'm a support main myself, and everyone builds Bloodsong on Taric. In my comp game the other day, I went Dream Maker myself, Dream Eater on Taric, because I did not care. I was just there to shield and heal everybody. I was in trouble here.
He's gonna get he does get stunned up, but there is no E to follow up here. This game is now sort of reaching a point of difficulty for. It's so hard for CBXL to really excel in these fights. It's just MF is just so carefully dived here. They did get one grub earlier before they were stolen away here. That's the flash from Milio. It's a really good play. And now Rel is just eating damage, not able to really escape. And it looks like Alvaro's Rel has joined the game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's really hard for Misfortune, but it just comes up to the rest of her team being being a reason why they should be the ones getting focused down, and hopefully she can just play fights spacing well and putting out as much damage as possible from far enough away. But like, I feel like this Jinx should be so much further ahead than she is. It's just like small stuff out of these lower level teams, these platinum teams, not to say they're lower level, but platinum teams, that they could be playing better, of just giving Jinx solo gold when there's no threat onto her, hovering close enough where she's not going to get dove. But we see Sapsweet looking for something here on Stormwretch, and Dorike's on the side.
Oh, this is a really bad call here. You have absolutely no damage here on the side, and that's just going to be another dive there as all five are there. There's the Silas ulti actually coming in. Stormtech will get focused up, and that's a huge MF ulti if it was just enough damage, but she is still so early into the game. It's not enough. And this is actually going to be the call to keep going forward here, as they will just now re-engage on it, and it's going to be a trade kill, one right back, and now Orion has officially joined the fight, but right now, it's a 2 for 2, as the Urgot will walk forward, try his best to do as much as he can. Excel cannot escape the flash Oriana ulti, but Excel is doing more than enough, and can he do it? Yes, he can! A 4 for 5 ace for the side of Sun Leon.
Yeah, that was actually insane. I did not see it going that way. Just both AD carries playing at like nice edge, spacing out as best as they could to get as much damage as they could, and the Jinx just steps a little too far forward. Jobo gets the ultimate execution, pulls him back in, gets the fear out, and lets Acel put out enough damage to trade against the fed Jinx. Both these AD carries insanely fed in this game now, and it's literally just going to be a battle of which AD carry can space better, because that's what happened in that team fight, and that's why Lero actually came out ahead there.
Oh, good heavens, this Silas is a bit behind in gold, unfortunately, under both of his supports.
Hey, Jobo's ahead in gold this game.
Yeah, Jobo is ahead of gold. That
Hey,
is a small victory.
Hey, we got a plus. We got a plus this game.
Oh, this is still really bad for Silas. He is no boots at almost 17 minutes.
Yeah, it's just the early plays really hindered him this game, but, you know, both teams should just be taking a breather for at least a minute when the next dragon spawns, but I say that, and Sapsweet is already looking for something.
I think we have a visual bug here. It says that the Infernal Dragon was taken second, and now Pals will just instantly trade against Jobo right now.
Yeah, it's Chemtech Dragon is the soul. It's a visual bug, but you can see in the orbs.
Stormtech will go ahead and go in, and Jobo, expecting his team to back him up from coming from his own jungle. Unfortunately for you, my friend, that is not your team.
Okay, I really like this play on the side of AIE. They're going to be potentially giving up Dragon for this, but they're going to break the base here at 18 minutes. They can just keep pushing. Like, they have the Herald. They can charge in. They're going to lose mid tower because Kiwi Slap... never mind, they're not going to lose mid. We see Kiwi Slap roaming. And instead of forcing the play onto the tier 3 inhibitor turret, they're going to look to catch this Fortune out in the mid lane and then rotate it into Dragon. We'll see if that works out for them. Nope, smart pathing by a cell there to get out of that.
Unfortunately, it's already a 7k gold difference heading into this third Dragon fight. Kind of feels like it's already teetering on the edge of collapse here, as it's now needing this Silas to go in. And here's the TP flank from Silas. Urgot is also flanking
Jobo's
as
behind
well.
him.
They're both flanking here. Here comes Silas. Can he get the Orianna? Flashes forward. It's 3 mana with the Orianna ultimate. The MF ulti does so much as well. Torikak slowly focusing the Jinx all by himself, making sure he is not able to fall. And Palos is stuck in the pit. No flash. Double kill for the Silas, and they have completely turned this game around potentially. Oh, the Jinx ultimate will get blocked up, and that is going to be a confirmed third Chemtech Drake for the side of Sun.
Yeah, that double TP behind the side of AIE was such a good play out of Lero. Kills able to steal the Orianna ultimate, flash in, get the stun, get on top of 3 members to hit that, and still able to escape with his life.
Oh, wait a second. What are we doing here? Sapsweet is dead!
You know, when I say I like how to play at one team, they do something that I'm not a big fan of. But regardless, really well played Dragon fight out of Sun Lero, you know, clawing back into this game. They're now only down 5k, and there's light at the end of this tunnel. There is a way for them to come back into this game. They just got to keep playing team fights like that, and I think they will be able to turn this one around if they are playing like that and, you know, getting the ultimates layered on top of each other correctly and looking at the same targets that they did in that fight.
You were so disappointed in that play, you reverted back to your New York accent real quick there at the end.
It's New Jersey, thank you very much.
Apologies. Still, good gold graph for the Silas. Getting those 2 kills should hopefully slowly put him back into this game. Not ideal gold scenario, but it's what you can take at this point with how the early game played out. So aggressive, punished constantly, as I just had to open my mouth, didn't I? And Silas will fall.
We're really good at this caster curse thing, if I do say so myself.
We are, unfortunately.
It seems like every time we talk about a player, they just seem to get picked out. So, I think Jinx is playing really well this game.
I think Jinx is playing epic this game,
I think
actually.
Jinx is playing the best out of everyone in this game. What's gonna happen?
Whoa! Jinx just flashed under tower while not having flash up.
Yeah, but to get more serious, AI, you should just be looking to clear vision around Baron, pressure that. They're looking to do something bot lane, but the wave isn't there.
Oh
They're
my
gonna
god,
catch
Jobo!
out Jobo?
How is Jobo even here? Jobo is taking a small trip around, and it looks like he will get punished for it, because there on the other end is a Galio.
He
Does pop the
flashes.
flash for it. Dorycat is just going in on this Melio. He's going all the way in. He has no regrets here. We'll stun him up. Doesn't even break enough for his shield. And that's going to be a flash forward from Solstep, but there's no one else there. Only catches the Kitsune, but it's not enough still. It's not enough. The Galley ulti is used onto the already dead Urgot, and Jinx is completely spacing here. House may fall, but it may not be enough. Storm Tech is going in on Excel, and it's just not enough. The Jinx ulti comes in. The Orianna saved ultimate again. And is that another double? Is that another quadra?
It's a Quadra and Dory K escapes. I thought we were so close to getting 2 pentas this series. But hey, we did say Jinx is playing the best, and they just proved it there as spacing beautifully in that team fight, just always hitting who's ever in front of them the way an AD carry should be, and not trying to overextend themselves to hit the low health targets, and really well played by the team of AIE. Only Storm Tech going down. Kitsune, yeah, was getting soloed by Dorike for some reason, but still had flash, heal, and ultimate up, and was able to bait the rest of Sunlero in and turn that fight around for their team, and probably puts the icing on the cake. So many ultimates used for the side of Sunlero on that one. They could just set up at Baron and look to just fight them when they would try to walk in to contest.
Oh man, he giveth and he taketh. Just really bad misfortune, not able to really do a lot that fight. Just constantly push up by Storm Tech. He gives his life for the cause. And then Orianna just saves ultimate solely for the misfortune. Doesn't use it that entire fight. So misfortune ulting, thinking that he can actually get a good play there, and it's just not enough. As he does complete Essence Reaver.
I mean, yeah,
real interesting with no collector.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there was no collector for misfortune, but like that's kind of what you want to do with it. You just want to build as much raw damage as possible because you're just using you're not auto attacking in team fights. You're looking for your double up with your Q. You're looking for strut passive hits, and then you're just also looking for how much damage you're gonna get out of bullet time and make it rain. But you're not there to auto attack like a Jinx. You're there for the burst damage, so you just build as much raw damage as possible. So we're going to see her go into probably Lord Dominic's, but it should be the anti-heal one, and then into hopefully a collector. But teleport coming in. They're looking to collapse.
Oh, wait a second. They're going in here. It's a 3v2 right now. Jobo is just throwing ahead, zoning the Sheen Storm Tech, doing as much as he can. Will he be able to survive this one? No, there is the execution right there. Orianna does get feared, is forced to flash away, is stunned up by Saul. And it's not enough. Oh! And it's a field goal from the Orianna. As now Jobo is in trouble again. They will knock up the Galio. This is still so difficult. Silas popping the Melio ulti to secure it. Sap is still barely alive. That's the ultimate onto Jinx right now. The Melio ultimate is not enough. Jinx has fallen. Lero have found a way back into this game. And that is Baron or Dragon, whatever they choose.
Yeah, Devil's alter ego just stepping way too far up there, trying to get the kill. Wait, Acel
just
dead.
It.
All right.
Oh, Acel played with his food, and his food bit him back.
Oh man, that feels so bad for your Acel. You're trying to get that cleanup kill, which you don't need to do. Wait, but Storm Tech's is back.
Storm Tech's here. Wait a second, this is not secured anymore. Will he go for it? 2.5K. Kills goes over. actually pushes the Jarvan into it, and now his Jarvan will go in.
Oh.
It is Smite secure, but he still gets a trade back. Urgot ulti is popped, but it won't be enough. It'll time out. Here is the Galio ultimate. Oh my goodness, Sun Lero has actually found a way to still lose this Sterix gauge popped, and it's gonna be not a trade kill back, as there goes the shockwave. And AIE come out on top despite a disaster of a fight.
So that play only happens there because Acel went for the kill on Pows. If he just stuck with his team, took the dragon, there wouldn't have been trade kills. And now AIE just gets to take Baron for free. Sunlara cannot contest this. Dorike still hasn't recalled. He's just clearing jungle camps. And this is just really poor decision making of Sunlara just not choosing to take they're trying to take too much at once when they're still behind. And they should just stick together, take the one objective, then move on to the next play instead of trying to extend themselves and do it. Because Silas and Sejuani, yes, you can pop the Sejuani passive enough, but they did like no damage to that objective for some reason. So a little bit of a misplay out of there, out of a really good team fight, and then just petered downhill after that one.
And LDR is now completed for Misfortune, but Storm Surge completed for the Silas. Orianna about to have Death Cap. And as soon as the Death Cap's complete, this game is pretty much signing a death warrant for whoever walks up. Oh man, and it's heartbreak. It really is. If you're Sun Lero, it's heartbreak because you genuinely got a great fight that pushed you back into this game. And greed, trying to get way too much. Excel pulls a double lift and just instant mid lane, and they just controlly lose the game slowly off of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to like just be taking positives away from some Lero because like they make a great play and then they make a poor play, and it's like kind of the same thing as the side of AIE. Both of these teams will make a really good play and then just the decision making just flounders at the end of the play. They try to do too much and it costs them stuff that they shouldn't be giving up, or vice versa. And it's just really hard to like kind of figure out who's going to take this one in the end because like yes, it's over a 6k gold lead. I think it's like almost a 9k gold lead at this point. But it's just like I can't do math. It's only a 7k gold lead. But it's just like there's still a world where Sun Lero comes back in this game.
Yeah, we did see it already happen at this early point. It's just so difficult to start this up.
I mean, they're going to look for a play on Kiwi Slap here. He gets the buffer on the Justice Punch out. Really well played by him. But, I mean, they still have Baron on the side of AIE. They're playing this correctly. They're doing a 4-1 split push the way they should be because, you know, the only play that can be made is onto the one of Kiwi Slap. But if he just buffers his Justice Punch correctly, he'll be able to get out. And I say that. And, oh, he has Rocket Belt. I was not expecting to see that out of him, actually.
And now this is still a dangerous play because those are your two tanky members here. And now Stormtech is going to immediately try and catch the Sejuani out, push him out to go the long way. No minion wave yet, though, so it's still fine. But it is starting to get worse and worse if you are the side of Sun Lero. As now Sejuani can't do anything. They will lose Inhibitor Tower. Jinx is excited.
Yeah, I think AIE could have played off of the Jinx Excite passive, off breaking that turret, but they're choosing to play it slow. They've been burned a few too many times when they push too far forward, so I can't blame them for that. And Chobo's just getting beaten up on this bottom side of the map by Kiwi Slap, kind of just having his way with it. But, you know, Urgot's at that point where should have fully maxed his W. He can just clear the waves and just go sit back under turret, and there's no real side lane push out of a Galio. He's just also going to clear waves, and we're going to be seeing a team fight in 35 seconds, so I hope you're ready for that one.
So my question to you is, why does Urgot have Thornmail?
For the Jinx auto attacks. J4 heals with Eclipse, and he's going to auto him. Yeah, this is like I said before. Heel cut is a really bad thing in the game right now, and no one wants to build it. And this is a prime example of Urgot build a Thornmail. No one should be autoing Urgot until everyone else is dead.
Unfortunately, I think you had to go Jack shows here in order to actually get some magic resist. Oriana still hasn't backed though, so it is still no rabbit on Oriana. Oh my god, Death Brush. Oh, not this time. They will find Excel though. The flash is there. Jumbo will flash forward onto the Oriana itself. The ultimate will not make sure he falls. Sap is still growing so deep by himself. He's trying his hardest to do what he can. Silas ultimate will follow him in the backside of the fight. Galio will not fall. There is the ultimate, and it's a 1 for 2 right now. Excel still alive.
Oh, they're just
And
gonna
they're
push
just
down
gonna go
mid lane.
mid. They
Yeah,
force Lero to defeat them. Oh! Sejuani ultimate does miss. Flash forward will not hit as well. This is just such a dangerous fight.
Their
and
damage
that's
isn't
not
with
gonna
them.
be enough by Excel. Jobo trying his hardest as well to stay alive. Gage popped. Not enough. House will take the mid inhibitor. And this game is over.
yeah. I mean, AIE is gonna be getting the 2-0 win here, but I mean, wait, the minion wave is cut. All Sapsui has to do is just clear the minion wave.
Oh, there's a TP.
Yeah,
Can
just
Sap go in? Cut this minion off. Wait a second. Alter Ego is taking those tower shots. This game isn't over.
This is playable. Dory K's behind them.
Dory looking for an angle. Will not get it. Dragon is up. Galio is running. We'll have the ultimate available. We'll be able to reach him. Alter Ego
Oh, no.
able to just free hit this Sejuani if possible. They will clear the control ward. And they will secure the Chemtrack Drake instead. This game is not over. Oh,
wait,
TP!
wait, we're TPing in.
Gills is TPing in. Oh, that's Jobo actually. Huh?
I don't know what's happening in this game anymore. I wish I could add some good commentary, but I mean, a question mark TP out of Jobo there. The rest of it, you got kills on the top side, clearing a minion wave, giving up mid wave. Mid wave is good. Wait.
They're just hitting the Nexus towers.
Wait.
Nexus
Are
Tower
minions
fell.
about to take the Nexus Tower?
Wait, Nexus Tower fell. One of the Nexus Towers actually fell to the minions. Oh,
Oh
no,
my
and it's so low.
Oh my gosh, just poor Macro there.
Oh,
After some
no.
Lero, just letting Super Minion Wave do what it wanted against their turrets. Took one. I mean, Winions, am I right? But AIE going to set up on the Baron here, look to secure a Baron, and then just either ace and win, get the Baron and win, or anything in between. And I mean, this should be the final team fight.
Well, we're currently dancing around this Baron. This is going to be it here. They're just checking every possible angle for this, letting the drinks free farm. It is still a level 14 Silas at 33 minutes. Galio is just pushing the Baron. That changes it. Means so that way Jobo just gets a free walk here, and Stormtech will get focused. Pals will have his ultimate stolen. Here is the engage right there. Stormtech goes all the way in for XL and will get dragged all the way back. And that's a huge fight out to Kasune if they get able to get him. But Devil's Alter Ego is able to find one. The Oriana ulti fully finds one. But it's going to be a double kill for the Jinx. It's going to be a triple kill for the Jinx. It's a quadra kill. And ladies and gentlemen, the first game stolen. Not this one. Pentakill for the Jinx.
I think that's a little unfair for Kiwi Slap. His teammate, he could have stolen that one and be like, nah, pentakills are earned around here. But no, Devil's Alter Ego playing a phenomenal game on this Jinx. 21-3-6. They're going to push down mid lane. They got the super minions there. That Nexus turret already low and gets the pentakill as the reward for playing phenomenally in this game.
And Dory Cat sells all of his items and buys 6 calls.
All right, yeah, we're farming, bros. But there were some moments where it looked like Sunlara had a chance, could have came back. The team fights they were getting, but in the end, just the spacing by Devil's Alter Ego, gets them the win. And once again, we got some interesting summoner names in our lobby. But regardless of that, AIE picks up the 2-0 victory over Sunlero and keeps their playoff chances alive.
Banger of an ending there, actually, for this Jinx. Able to finally get this pentakill that has been teased since the Nar game 1. Oh, crazy, huh?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's Platinum League of Legends. Literally any team can take it at any moment, and AIE able to clean up the team fights enough at the end there to be able to have Devil's Alter Ego on that Jinx just free fire, hit everybody, spaced out correctly, and did great. And it just seems like the 6 Cole build out of Dory K wasn't able to get his team over the line this game.
Ooh, that actually really helps the playoff chances for AIE, as they really can help push this going for Monkey Business's spot. But Sun Lero, just super unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, they had some glimpse, they had some hope, but it just seems like they couldn't get it together in the end. And they'll just be looking to play spoilers next week as AIE looks to contest that final playoff spot and hopefully push themselves in. But anything else to add here, Glow Snacks, before we call it a night?
Cinema, absolute cinema.
Yeah.
Hands up.
Yeah, absolute cinema indeed. I want to thank everybody for coming around, sticking around with us for these 2 games and watching with us. I want to thank Pop Tart for stepping in and being a producer tonight. Much appreciated. And I want to thank my wonderful co-caster of Glory Snacks for being here for this banger of a series. And I hope the rest of you, anyone in Florida who still's got power, I hope you all stay safe. And we'll see you next week on BOL Plat. But tomorrow we have more BOL action for you, and we'll see you all then.
Good night, everybody.